everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. There are several topics I want to cover in this video. First, I want to briefly give a shout out to some R&B artists because there are some female R&B artists who are really putting out some great music right now. There's an artist named Mariba who released a single last month called Rider, and I really like this song. If you get a chance, check out her EP as well. But this song, Rider, has been on repeat for me. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Also, another song I've been loving is this song called Countless Times by an artist named Mars. Mars is definitely an artist to look out for. She did release an EP called Love Letters, and she makes good music. But I really do love Countless Times. Also, Mariah the Scientist released a single called To You, and this song has been on repeat for me as well. The melody is just so beautiful and the visuals are beautiful. I love the whole galaxy space theme aesthetic, and I love her song as well. Also, Sevyn Streeter released a video for her single Guilty, and some of you all know that I am a big Sevyn Streeter fan because I just love her music. She always makes good music, and I'm gonna always support her, especially now that she's an independent artist. Now, I do want to briefly talk about some albums. One of the albums I want to talk about is Her's album, Back of My Mind. Now, this is Her's official album that she's released since she's been out. Before, she only has released EPs, but last week she did release her album, Back of My Mind, and there were a few songs on the album that I really did like. I liked We Made It. I liked Cheat Code, Process. I love Process. Damage is also a great song, and Come Through featuring Chris Brown and Paradise featuring Young Blue are also good songs as well. Overall, I wasn't super impressed with the album. I guess I was expecting more since this is Her's official album, but I felt like the album was too long and some of the songs were a little too mellow for me, and I don't know, I hate to say it, but kind of boring. I think Her is very, very, very talented, but her voice doesn't really mesh all that well with super slow, mellow songs. I think when she sings in her falsetto, that's when the song becomes more interesting, but I think she could benefit from doing more up-tempo songs. I'm not saying that she has to do dance songs or anything like that, but I think her voice works better with more livelier songs. And if she does do a slow song, I would want her to do or use melodies that aren't so monotonous. But overall, I thought the album was cool. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either, if that makes sense. I thought the writing was great. I liked a lot of the songs, but I didn't think the album needed to be so long. I don't think it needed to have 21 songs, but that's just my opinion. Now on to Justine Skye. Justine Skye just released her album called Space and Time, and I actually really like this project. Justine actually worked with the producer Timbaland on this album, and I thought the production was flawless. You can never go wrong with a Timbaland production. I think he's at his best when he produces R&B music. The production was super clean, and I really liked a lot of the songs. I like About Time, In My Bag, Do It Right, Hey Sucker, Twisted Fantasy, Intruded. Pretty much every song on the album, if I'm being honest. And also I like that song. It's kind of an upbeat Afrobeat song. I thought the melody in the chorus was really hypnotic, but the whole album to me was really a vibe. Sonically, I thought the album was on point, and I like some of the melodies that Justine used. The only thing I will say though is some of the songs were a little too short, and I did feel like some of the songs lacked a little extra something. I think she could have challenged herself to do more intricate harmonies because I really think that would have made a difference in some of her songs. But overall, I really did like the album. I'm not complaining about it, but I'm just pointing out something that could have been added. Now, let me talk about Doja Cat's album. Doja Cat recently dropped her album Planet Her, and I have to be honest and say that this is the best album that I've heard so far this year. It's probably Doja's best body of work. Planet Her is definitely better than Hot Pink in my opinion, and it rivals Amala as well. So Doja Cat really dropped a great project. She always manages to be very versatile and creative with her sound, and there were a lot of sounds that she experimented with on this album. It was mostly a pop and R&B album, but it did have some elements of hip hop, Afrobeat, and dance. And I like some of the unique sounds that were used in her beats. I'm going to talk about some of the songs that I personally liked a lot. One of the songs was the single that she released with The Weeknd called You're Right. That song is a bop. I love the musical chemistry between Doja and The Weeknd. Also, Doja did drop visuals for this song, and I thought the visuals were amazing too. She used this whole astrology concept for her video. She personified her Libra sign, and The Weeknd personified his Aquarius sign, and I thought that concept was pretty unique and interesting. Also, I love the fact that Doja has been consistent with her whole outer space theme. She went from being an astrology symbol in the galaxy to being an alien in her video Need to Know, to being an extraterrestrial being in her video Kiss Me More. She's been so creative with the whole outer space themes, and she understands the assignment and gets it right every single time. Also, another song I liked on the album was her song Woman. Woman is an up-tempo Afrobeat song. It's very addictive. I love the hook. I like the lyrical content as well. It was a woman's empowerment song, and I thought it was a great way to open up the album. Also, there was another song that I actually loved, which was her song Payday featuring Young Thug. This song is probably in my top 3 favorites on the album. Doja's cadence and melodies in this song kind of reminded me of how she sounded in her song Shine, but Payday is a better song to me. And Young Thug was the perfect addition to this track. His unique style of rapping and singing meshed so well with Doja. I thought it was the perfect combo. Also, another perfect collaboration was the song Doja had with the artist J.I.D., and the song was called Options, and J.I.D.'s verse was freaking crazy. Like, he's such an underrated lyricist. Also, another song that stood out was the song Ain't Ish. This song is hilarious, it's great, but it's also a little controversial, especially that hook. She was basically saying that N-words ain't ish, and I think that whole line is going to start some conversation. Now, Doja is not the first rapper to use the N-word, so I'm not singling her out for it, but I'm just thinking about all of her non-black fans singing that song at the top of their lungs, and I'm just like, I don't know. But I can't deny the song is a banger. Doja was dragging her no good man in the most savage and humorous way. It was entertaining, and the song is catchy, but if Doja were to ever release this as a single, it would definitely ruffle a lot of feathers. But I have a feeling that somewhere down the line she might release it because it is a fan favorite. Another one of my favorite songs on the album was I Don't Do Drugs, which features Ariana Grande. I love the beat. I love the melody on the hook. I thought it was very infectious, and the vocal layering was on point. And Ariana's voice was literally like honey on this song. She really compliments Doja very well. And it's crazy to me how Doja is able to sound so good alongside Ariana, because Doja is not really the best singer, but her musicality is very impressive to me. She does a lot of detailed harmonies and melodies, and I like how she's able to transition between singing and rapping. She does it so effortlessly, and she was able to keep up with Ariana on this song. The song is great. It's definitely in my top 3. Also, Doja had some slower tempo songs on the album that were good. Love to Dream, Been Like This, Imagine, Alone, all were great, especially Been Like This. I love Been Like This. It kind of reminds me of Streets. And one thing I will say, I really do like the fact that Doja got more personal on this album. She reflected on her success and her broken relationships, and she did show a little bit of vulnerability. And I like the fact that she was able to give more depth, because normally her music tends to be on the shallow side and the sexual side, but she did broaden her content on this album. Overall, I didn't think there were any bad songs on the album, to be honest. Kiss Me More and Need to Know are good. Also, Doja added a deluxe side to the album and added 4 new songs. And I thought her bonus songs were good too. Even though the audio wasn't as crisp, I could tell that she just added it for extra streams. But I like the song Up and Down. I like YY featuring Gunna and Ride. They were actually good filler songs. The album as a whole was great, but there are a few songs that I wasn't too big on. I wasn't too crazy about her song Tonight, but I like the fact that she actually collaborated with Eve. I don't see a lot of the newer female rappers reaching out to Eve like that, so I thought that was dope. Also, another song I didn't care for was Naked. Naked was okay. It wasn't bad, but it's a song that I could see myself skipping in the future. Also, Get Into It Yeah was kind of weird to me because I liked it, but then I didn't. I'm kind of confused about how I feel about Get Into It Yeah. It's definitely catchy and it's playful, and it sounds like a mix between Coi Leray, Playboi Carti, and Nicki Minaj. If those 3 were to collaborate on a song together, this is what it would sound like. It was very hyper and animated. And Doja did give a shout out to Nicki at the end of the song because her whole flow and voice on the song sounded a lot like Nicki. So she did this to pay homage to her, and I thought it was cute. But the song itself was a little different. I don't know how I feel about it still. I have a love-hate relationship with it. So it's not a song that I would skip, but it's still not a song that I'm really into just yet. It's kind of hard to explain, but overall, I thought Planet Her was a great album, and it's definitely going to take Doja to another level in her career. She's definitely proving that she's an artist who is here to stay, and I'm here for it. Now, on to the last topic. I want to briefly talk about Saweetie. Now, recently, Saweetie did an interview on Nick Cannon's morning show on Power 106, and she talked about pretty privilege, and she says that it has worked against her, not for her.
Honestly, throughout my whole life, me pretty was kind of like it was a way, it was kind of, how do I say this? It wasn't a privilege for me. I was judged. Rumors were made up about me. And it was kind of always working against me. And it's just like, for me, I never thought of pretty as glamorizing my existence as a human being. So when I say pretty bitch music, I'm not talking about your face. I'm talking about your aura. I'm talking about your energy.
Right, okay.
I'm talking about your self-esteem.
You got pretty energy?
Yeah. Ain't nobody want no stank, ugly energy.
It is the opposite of ugly. Like, so somebody...
Right, but when I say pretty, I think the biggest misconception is people thinking about fashion or your ice or your jewelry or your makeup. But for me, pretty is like your confidence.
So that's what Saweetie had to say, and I do think what she said was positive. I like the message, but I did find it interesting that Saweetie said being pretty worked against her. And she was saying this based off of her own experience growing up, and I'm not going to take away from her own experiences, but as far as her being in the industry, I definitely feel like Saweetie benefited from her looks. She has the right skin tone and the right features that are considered to be marketable in the music industry. Now, is that to say she only got to where she is today because of her looks? No, I do believe that she had connections and she had the right team behind her, and also she knows how to market herself. So that has helped her get to where she is, but I don't think she would have gotten as far in the industry if she didn't look the way she looked. People don't praise her for her rapping skills or her music. They more so praise her for her looks and her overall brand. So you can't really deny that Saweetie has benefited from pretty girl privilege, because in a lot of ways she has. And I don't think Saweetie just wants to coast on being pretty. She is about her business and about her brand, which is a good thing. But at the same time, if she wants to be taken seriously, she really has to step it up when it comes to her craft, because she has been lacking in that area. I think she's been focusing more on the image, but not enough on the music. So I think Saweetie has to work extra hard in creating better music and rapping better and also performing better. I do know that she has been trying to perform better. I saw her performance on Jimmy Kimmel and I noticed some improvements with her breath control and her stage presence. So I think it's good that she's working on that, but she definitely has a lot more work to do. And with the right amount of dedication, she can get to a point where people can respect her for her craft. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.